Hey guys, today you find me doing something I haven't actually done on my channel before, making jewellery and key rings. This is a bracelet and I'm just taking off these pieces so that the bezel will lay flat, and it's part of a set that has the bracelet, a pendant and earrings. So I thought that would be a nice set to try. These are some stickers that I made with my Cricut. The reason I decided to put UV resin on here is because this is where I'm going to put some of the stickers that I just showed you. And I was a little bit concerned that the pattern on the back of the bezel would come through on the sticker when I pressed it down. So I thought I would make a flat surface for them to stick to and hopefully avoid that. So this was what I did to solve that problem. I mean, the pattern's very fine on the back of there and it may well not have come through, but you don't want to waste something and then find out, oops, should have done this first. Plus it also lifts the sticker up a little bit. So I'm going to be using two methods. I'm going to be using the UV resin and also the epoxy resin. And these are images that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica, which is a subscription service, and you can use it with your Cricut. It has a library full of images, and these are some of the ones that I found that I liked and thought I would put on. These are going on key rings. Then I wanted to use something soft to get in the corners and push the sticker down, so I just used one of my trusty silicone tools. So I had already made these the right size, but if you should need to just trim off a little bit, that's a good thing to do, just to make sure that they sit down inside the bezel. You don't want any of the sticker sort of sitting up or outside of the bezel. So get them in there nice and snugly. I've put links below the description in the video to all the things that I'm using. That includes the paper that I printed these on. I used two different types of paper. I used white, which is what these 4 stickers have been printed onto, and then the other stickers, they were put on transparent because it was easier to do it that way, because they had white so that you wouldn't see the white background, especially in the cat one. You'll see. Yeah, and that wasn't a clever idea, dragging the UV resin across the two like that, because now the mucky puppy that I am, I've got to clean it up. I am always making a mess. So I just went ahead and gave these their first coat of UV resin. When you've done that, obviously you put it under the lamp. I didn't show that here. If you want to make absolutely sure that it's cured, just give it a tap. With UV resin, you can use a heat gun because it does get bubbles, and this does help with the bubbles. It also helps to move the resin around a bit. And then with a toothpick, which is what I find the best thing to use, you take the UV resin right up to the edge, and that point on the cocktail stick there really helps you to drag the resin over. And then the surface tension, when the resin gets to the very edge, it will take up surface tension, and that's when you see that nice domed effect. I put several coats of UV resin on so that they had a nice doming, and that takes a while because you have to cure them between each layer. So after I've poured the resin right up into the corners and onto the edges, these go in under the UV lamp, and these are bezels that will now be filled with epoxy resin. And this combination of the cream white and the flitter flakes, which is just mylar, it's just plastic bits cut up, but it's iridescent. It gives a sort of faux opal stone effect, and I really like this combination. So I'm going to put it in quite a few of these. Again, you can use the heat gun just to get out any bubbles and to move the resin around a bit. I just mixed up very small amounts of epoxy resin, maybe 2 ounces at a time, because you really don't need a lot for this. I mean, it's tiny amounts because the bezels are very shallow, and decided to add these two colours separately. I didn't do a dirty pour, which I have been loving, but I decided I wanted more of that gold right there in the middle to show. So I sort of swished it around in the bezel itself. Again, you can use heat gun, get the bubbles out. And I decided that this one I would do alternate layers of the colours just to see how that turned out. I mean, it literally is a drop each time. But I was just curious to see how it would spread itself out and what it would look like, because when you have resin and you put colours in it, the resin dries, I think, from the inside to from the center to the sides, and as the sides come in, whatever color is dominant down the middle, for instance like this gold, it will move the gold into the center, so you can get some interesting effects. So that's what I was hoping for. Oh yeah, and this wisteria purple, I do love this color, and I thought this combination would look good. So I've got those three colours, and I decided to sneak in a little bit of that royal gold in the hope again that it would, when it cured, it pull more of the gold into the centre. This combination of colours, I really liked it. It was very pretty, so I was happy with that. You never really know what you're getting because you have no control over how the resin dries. So it's always very interesting to see what you get when it's cured. These are the Intense Chameleon mica powders that I used in my chest set. And I'm not going to use a lot of it because you only get a really tiny amount. But I thought I would try them, see what they look like. And they're stunning, I must say. These are stunning colours. If you buy this set, you get 5 colours. Yeah, this was kind of fiddly because those earring bezels are very shallow, and they're so lightweight you can't really shove them around. So these are various ones I've made using tattoos and washi tape and all sorts of things. Okay, so this one has had its first layer of UV resin. You can see it's quite flat, but I'm going to put another coat on and dome it, and then I'll show you how that looks. And I'm going to do that to all of them so that they have a nice domed surface. So here I am, I'm putting on my resin, my UV resin, and I know that looks like a lot, but trust me, you do need a fair amount, especially if you're going to get the nice domed effect. So this would be the first layer for doming. As you can see, I'm just taking the cocktail stick, dragging it to the edge, letting the edge take it, and then moving on to the next spot. And just keep going like this until you're happy. It takes a little bit of time, and I had to do this to all my pieces, so you can imagine how long this took. Some of them I didn't dome as much as this one. You can see the surface tension there. It's magic. And And this one with the toadstools, it's made with washi tape. And I've put, as I said, all my things that I used below. I was really pushing my luck with this. I keep putting on more and more resin and I'm just waiting for it to go over the edge. Those two little bubbles there, I just blew on them and they disappeared. And here you can see where I'm cutting the resin off, and it comes off fairly easy. Got one little nick in there. And here you can really see that doming effect. But you know me, I'm pushing my luck a bit more. So I thought, let's just see how much resin we can actually get on here before we have a catastrophe. And here you see me really pushing it. And a little bit more, because you can never have enough tragedy. But this will also show you how far you can actually push it, and you can actually push it quite a way. But again, you can see that nice domed effect. And here they are. Here you see the ones on the bottom. They're done with the stickers from the Cricut machine. And these are done with washi tape. And these are done with temporary body tattoos. And a holographic sticker. And some little charms, holographic stars, a flower. And these are some of my favourites. And I love this beetle. I just love the colours in that on the white. So I had fun making that, and I made tons. And they'll all be going in my store eventually. It'll take me a bit of time to put them all in. But if you want a closer look at them, go and view them on my store. They will all come in boxes with their chains. They'll make a nice gift. So go and grab yours before someone else buys it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun doing that. I made so many, I didn't realise how many I'd actually made until the end photograph. So I was a busy little bee.